Pilatus PC-9M of the Slovenian Air Force. And this is another display that starts straight from takeoff with a marvellous flourish. Straight into a barrel roll, retracting the undercarriage as he does so, and thereby capturing the display line before quarter rolling onto the knife edge, and then another quarter roll to the inverter. New developments to this display for this season compared to last. So down he comes along the line with a 4-point hesitation roll, and now pulling up into a Humpty Bump manoeuvre, but he never just pulls straight up into these manoeuvres. He often throws in a quarter roll or a half roll on the way up, or indeed on the way down out of them, and it was a half roll on the way up there. There are 20 manoeuvres listed in his sequence, but in truth there are far more than 20 manoeuvres in the display, because most of the linking manoeuvres are also aerobatic.
Yeah, this is a really impressive display. Given the size and the stature and the lack of sound coming from this aircraft, between every manoeuvre there is a link manoeuvre, generally a roll or a derry turn, in order to introduce the next of the manoeuvres. And also, he will put this to very good use, in particular on windy days, where if he needs to extend perhaps to the northwest, instead of doing a single aileron roll, he may well punctuate that with 2 or 3.
So there we had a loop with a roll on the top, but now up for a stall turn. But this is a classic example of what we were just talking about, because a full vertical roll as he climbs, the speed bleeds off, a plentiful application of rudder, and round he goes for the stall turn, but you'll see him throwing in another vertical roll on the down line. This single turboprop aircraft, 950 shaft horsepower from the Pratt & Whitney Canada PT-6A engine, top speed of about 368 miles an hour. Very popular airframe indeed around the world, and this is the most potent machine in the Slovenian inventory. And this is a vertical S manoeuvre, so watch him as he transcribes an S in the vertical. But this is with a half roll after he's performed both portions of the half loop
that the early Hawker Hurricanes had. However, this aircraft's gross weight is just over 5,000 pounds, and the Hurricane was 7.5, so the power to weight ratio is far superior.
So an aileron roll running in there on the B axis towards us, as opposed to the A axis, which is the one parallel to the main runway, again heading vertical. Again, the speed decreases and the aircraft goes into a tail slide. But he exits inverted, and that mark is exceptional. 1 1/4 rolls and then into a maximum rate turn in front of us. But watch now as the PC-9M regains the display line along the main runway, because straight out of that he rolls inverted, and now again he's going to be pushing.
But it didn't look that good, so we took it out of the routine.
Now he's extended the undercarriage, and we'll be seeing him perform what's known as a dirty roll, dirty thus with the gear extended.
Just there, really good view of the 3 hard points under each wing. The inner 2 are rated at 250 kilograms, and the outer 2 are rated
1.5 rolls to the inverted, and now we're going to see a complete outside loop. But not just that, because he should be performing a complete roll at the apex of the loop as well. See what I mean about this being a technically demanding display?
And a beautiful transition there, no dishing out whatsoever in going from negative G to positive G for the roll. With this hugely impressive performance, plus the utility. Here is the highlight of the show.
Sequence. That was Captain Andrei Fiorelli of the 152nd Fixed Wing Squadron, Slovenian Air Force, on the Pilatus PC-9M. Well, now we're about to see an example of one of the most ubiquitous military helicopters of all time, but incredibly...